What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. VP Tactical here, and today we are unveiling a new to me pistol, and this thing is freaking awesome. And so if you've seen by the title, of course, this is the Beretta M9A4, and so this is the official unboxing of this pistol. This was something that was on my gun list, I guess, if you will, my bucket list for years, and mainly due to the fact that it obviously is just an absolute machine. First and foremost, this is a gun that's been highly regarded by the military, as well as featured in a lot of famous titles like Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. I mean, the list goes on, Commando, you name it. This is a very, very, very popular pistol. Not specifically the M9A4, but the 90 series pistols. And so that's what this is part of. And so this particular pistol, you notice it came in a different container than the M9A4 normally does, and say, well, why is that different? Well, the normal package that you get comes in a factory ammo can, I guess, if you will, with 3 magazines. This one comes in this little hard plastic case with only 1 magazine. And say, well, what's the difference? So this is actually, in fact, the M9A4 Centurion, which there's 2 models of the M9A4. There's a slightly larger version than the Centurion, which is supposed to be slightly thinner, a little bit shorter in length for carry, duty purposes, you name it, etc. And so this one happens to be their Blem model, which I had picked up from a manufacturer online and had it shipped. And this one was coming in right around about $6.99. And if you've done any research on this particular pistol, you're probably familiar with the fact that these things are pushing easy $1,000 to $1,200 on a good day. And so a lot to unpack here with this particular pistol, but talking about the unboxing segment of it, they gave us, obviously, the pistol itself, like I mentioned, 1 magazine. We've got some O-rings, some additional O-rings, so if those other ones happen to wear out, we're taking them on and off for suppressor use. We've got a lock here, of course, and then all the manuals. And so, along with warranty information, there's a sticker in here and some other stuff. And so this particular pistol, since it is a Blem, does not carry any cosmetic warranty. So that's one of the trade-offs that you're going to have to consider if you were to go with something like this. Again, my guns are tools. I expect to use them, expect them to get scratched up, ding, you name it. So I'm not overly worried about that. As long as it still has a factory warranty from the limited factory warranty from a functionality and mechanical standpoint, then I'm totally good with it. And I'm going to dive right in here in just a moment, talk a little bit about the pistol. I just wanted to say, help me out in the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button, especially if you want to support me. But more importantly, too, help our content get out there, past the algorithm. YouTube's algorithm system likes to suppress firearms and firearm-related content. So the best thing you could do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, the little bell notification, and drop some thoughts and comments below. You know, is this something that you would own? Let me know. So talking a little bit about the details of the pistol, and these are actually made in Gallatin, Texas. So normally the Beretta series, particularly the M9A1 or the M9, the M9A2, M9A3, those were actually made in Italy, to my understanding, whereas this particular model was actually made in Gallatin, Texas. And there were some issues for a bit there with folks having problems with some of the finishes, but this one seems to be pretty darn solid. And I've looked this thing over for a blemished model. I don't see any issues on this pistol that would detract it or want me to label it as a Blem finished product. And so it is an aluminum frame, so that's one thing that's very notable about this particular pistol. It does come with factory 18-round magazines. This particular one that it came with is a single windowed mag, and typically these are made by Mekgar, which they say made in Italy. A lot of them will have the Beretta labeling on them, some may not, but they'll say that they actually are made by Mekgar, and you can always purchase additional magazines. But point being, when I got the Blem, I figured, hey, you know what? If I could get this particular pistol, save $400 or $500 on it, even after I bought magazines, and I'm doing pretty darn good. And so overall length, we're looking at 8.7 inches, sight radius 6.3 inches. Again, this was part of the 90 series pistol, and this is what we would call a G model. And so the G model, very notable. When you are operating it, it's double action, single action. So your first stage, double action. And then if you were to hold this back and rack it like as if the gun had fired a shot, now we release that trigger, you'll see there's a much shorter take-up, so now we're in single action. And so when you are or have the gun cocked, this isn't actually functioning as a safety. Now, this is something that can be replaced. You can swap it over. The F-Series, there's a component in here that you can swap out, and then it will actually act as a safety. It'll decock it and then put it in safe. Whereas this way, it's just decocking the gun and resetting it back to double action. So solid gun through and through. I mean, like I said, the fit and finish on it seems amazing. It's very tight. There is an optics ready option, and I say optics ready because you do actually, in fact, have to buy a plate. There's a number of different manufacturers out there that do sell them, so that's something to keep in mind. They do have their Vertec grip, which is designed to allow folks who have, let's say, smaller hands or maybe, a little bit more of a challenge trying to reach the trigger, and it is more of a vertical component of it, kind of similar to a 1911 style where your traditional Berettas are usually going to have a bit of a palm swell or a hump on the backside of it. But the texture panels feel absolutely great, and so does the stippling on the front and rear. So they did a pretty phenomenal job with this particular pistol. And like I said, really what you're losing out on getting the Blem model, you don't get the 3 magazines, and then there is an interchangeable grip panel that they come with as well. So mine didn't come with the interchangeable grip panel, and I only got 1 magazine. So I'm down 2. I picked up 2 already. So that way I'd be ready to go and back to the factory package, quote unquote. Overall height, did want to talk a little bit about that. So 5.4 inches, width 1.5 inches, weight unloaded about 33.4 ounces. So this is a little bit of a heavier gun. That's something to expect, especially if you're going to be carrying, well, pretty much an all-metal gun. And so that's everything pretty much in a nutshell that I wanted to talk about, at least for this particular video. The only other thing I'll make mention of, with the magazines, because some folks might have restrictions in their states, you can get 10-round, 15, and then 18-round magazines. And then, fun fact, most of those 90 series magazines will work in this particular pistol. This one, like I said, does come with 18-rounders. The M9A3 came with 17-rounders, and then obviously other iterations, depending on state or local ordinances, they may have lower round count magazine options that came with it out of the factory. So, at any rate, be safe, stay vigilant, stay tuned for more fun content about this. I do my full review on it. We're going to shoot it suppressed, maybe add an optic to it. A lot of fun stuff coming, but I am very, very excited about this pistol. Like I said, this was on my dream list for a very long time. I do certainly appreciate all you folks for all the love and support. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. And again, I appreciate everything that you folks do. Take care. Like I said, be safe, stay vigilant, and we'll talk here in the near future.